Hello, James King here. Welcome to ForexGridMaster.com. This is me here, right beside my favorite canoeing lake here in Nova Scotia called Paradise Lake. Show you the website a little bit. Forex trading is an incredible opportunity. I do highly advise that you read my About Forex section. It's not normal. There's some very good information there that everybody should be reading. Here we are in the forum, and one of the posts is FGM Express preview of upcoming release. So this is what I want to do today, is introduce you to ForexGridMaster Express. I already have it set up here in Strategy Tester, and I'll show you a 1-year back test. Hopefully we can get this finished in about 30 minutes. So what we'll be testing is the Aussie-New Zealand onboard default strategy. We'll be using the open prices method, which is very fast and also accurate, especially for ForexGridMaster.com. And we're using the 1-minute time frame. Each one of these candlesticks you see here represent 1 minute of trading. We've set spread to 30 points, which is 3 pips. The reason for 30 is that the average spread at IC markets in the last couple months has been 1.5 pips. Their commission is 7 pips, so that adds up to 2.2 pips. So we've got a 0.8 of a pip buffer here by choosing 30. Now we're going to test for 1 year from August 31st, 2013 to August 30th, 2014. We're going to do it in visual mode so I can show you. And we're pretty well ready to go. I'll go into the properties and show you something here. The first 2 lines here are the set file name. Aussie New Zealand buy sell counter trend 6 pip grid spacing step of 0.22 pips, lot size proportional. The first lot size of the first trade order, it will be 0.015. It's a standard $100,000 account for lot size, so that's $1,500 in trade. Lot size increase percent 20. Each trade order going away from grid center, its lot size will increase by 20%. Each trade order's take profit is 20 pips. Close run profit percent before trail stop 1.1%, and the trail stop 0.1%. So what that means is we're placing a basket of trades in play, and the net value of the closed trades and the open trades, when it reaches plus 1.1%, the 0.1% trailing stop is triggered, and it goes on from there. This just shows us that we're using an ICM markets trading platform, spread 30, and we're using the model for backtesting of open prices. And this is the important part, we're trading an account currency of US dollar, $25,000, and there's $100,000 in the account. So this first setting you see here, called ChartEquity, is a new feature introduced by ForexGridMaster Express, and it's actually a breakthrough. You can set in here whatever amount of your account currency you want to trade. So in this case we're choosing 25,000. This particular setting enables portfolio trading on the same account, and it also enables a lot more safety. In other words, in this particular sample that I'm giving you here, we're only trading 25,000 of the 100,000, but because the other 75,000 is there, even though it's not in trade, it lowers our margin risk considerably, and you'll see that as we go. We're trading a fixed center strategy, which basically means there will be sell limits above and buy limits below. So fixed center means at the start of the run, the center is fixed and doesn't change until the end of the run. The next run will have another fixed center, but it'll be at current price of when the run starts. We're trading buys and sells, counter trend strategy. There's the grid spacing of 6, max pending buy orders 1, sell orders 1, max open buy trades 45, sell trades 45. Lots of settings we won't be using. Open at current price, for instance, we're not using that. If we wanted to, then we would be setting a buy order to open each time each run opens, or a sell order. We're using not used. There's the lot size, take profit pips, and all the other settings. A lot of settings there we're not using. There's 46 settings altogether. This is the light version of version 5.1, which has 106 settings. This version has 46 settings. Okay, let's just start trading, and I'll explain more as it's trading. So we're going to click OK to this strategy. I'll just show you this first. There's the 100,000 that we have in the account, and we're not choosing any of these here or any of those. And the reason for that is I want to see all the results from the strategy testing. All these other choices actually are different filters to eliminate different things that you may not want to see. I want to see everything. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to click Start here. And there we go. It's trading. Now I don't like that grid there, so right click on the chart, click Grid, and we get rid of the grid. What I'm doing here on the right is I'm compacting the price scale, which compacts what you see on the chart, and you can double click it to put it back to normal. And on the left there you'll see trades that are open. All sells. There's a buy limit there. That blue line is the grid center line. So there's that set file name I explained to you in the input settings. Count equity 100,000, chart equity 25,000. Current run net profit, at the moment we're up 0.2% approximately. Max equity drawdown so far is 0.13%, which is good, of course. Here it shows us we have 2 buys open with a total lot value of 0.04, and we have 1 sell open lot value of 0.02. There's our loss limit, 70% of the 25,000. And there's our profit percent before trail stop, 1.1, and the trail stop is 0.1%. Now down here you'll see it's tracking the New Zealand dollar, showing you how many US dollars to buy the 1 New Zealand dollar. And this is important because the account currency we're trading is the US dollar, and we're trading the Aussie New Zealand dollar. So the New Zealand dollar is involved with the US dollar, so it's important that its price be taken into consideration for the most accurate calculations. Now Metaquotes doesn't do that, so this is also a breakthrough thanks to our brilliant programmer. Alright, down here you can check and see the graph. It's going well so far, by the look of it. Back to settings. All the trades here on the results tab. So all the trading activity is here, and at the end you can actually save the report. which would be here. Nothing there yet though, not enough going on. Here's the journal, which keeps a running dialogue of what the robot's doing and what the trading program is doing. Those are trades being opened. The red lines you see here are the take profit right here. So the take profit for that would be right there. Oop, these are closed trades. All right, so here is the slider. We're going to speed things up. That's the second fastest speed. There's a huge gap between this speed and the very fast speed, which you'll see shortly. Okay, that's the first close run, I think. Here we are. Run 1, net profit, 0.96%. A little bit of slippage, $240. Now here you'll see a vertical yellow line object. If you hover over it, it gives you information about the previous run, run 1, close run 1, triggered by the trail stop percent, and we profited $240. Put that back. And buy sells, so we closed 15 sells for that close run. So we had 15 sells open, and we had a net profit. So that's a way of cleaning up accumulated negative trades, which is the big fear everybody has of good trading. And here we have that run, we have the run equity max minimum. So 25,000 was the max, 24,000 was the minimum. All right, so let's, okay. Here we also have another, this is a close run rectangle, and from the top to the bottom of that rectangle actually shows you the range of the grid that you have in play. And that'll actually, okay, let's just go in and have a look at that. It's a little difficult to get at, so we got to take a couple things out of the way, and there it is, rectangle properties. And you can see in there, there's the two different values and the ranges between those values, the range of the grid. So I'll show you more about that a little bit later. Okay, here we go. At this point, that should be going faster. There, we've got it going very fast now. So you can learn things while you're watching. Here we are, 15. I saw that up to 17 buys, and yet it's still in profit here. Of course, things are changing very fast as we go. Let's condense it here so we can see the whole action. Now, in the chart comments, you see run 1 to run 4, the net profit. It's now at 4.28%. And down here you can see it's September 26th, I think it is. Yeah. So it's almost a month. Okay, 1 month gone by and we're up 7.2%. So that's not too bad. Also here in the bottom right, you'll see the margin level, current margin level in real time. And also up in here, this line here, you'll see the minimum margin level. So the minimum margin level so far is 10,961%. So no problems there at all. Max drawdown right now is 7.6%. All right, let's have a look at the graph. Now here on the graph, this green line represents equity and the blue line represents cash in the account. So as equity was dropping here, more and more trades opening, cash was increasing to keep it balanced and then eventually pull it back into where they both match. So that would be a close run. So we're now up 13.29% after a couple months. Okay, we've had 12 close runs, so let me show you something. Right click on the chart, click on Objects List, sort by name, and then you can go down to the bottom and then up a little bit. These are the close runs here. One of those is the rectangle and one of them is the vertical line. So sometimes it's very revealing just to look through each of the close run values. Here, for instance, you can see there were 12 buys open, 16 buys open at close run, 12 sells, 7 buys, 5, 6, 7, 15, 15, 13, 11, 14, 16. So the highest amount of open trades in any given run so far has been 16 buys. Those kinds of statistics help you when you choose values for your grid settings. Okay, close that. That was another close run go by. So 18 runs, up 21.37%. So if we got the net value of 1% per run, then that more or less signifies 18%. But of course there's some compounding in there. And also using a trail stop, you make a little more too. So that's the 3.79% difference between 19 runs and 22.79% profit. So we're now at the start of January, so 4 months have gone by, 22.79. The action hasn't been that great. All right, this is a 1-year back test. Normally we do at least 4-year back test, and I have one of these ready to show you. That's the wrong one. Find the right one. I had that all set up. That's the graph for it. Ah, there we are. Yeah. So that's the graph for 56 months, all the way back to January 1st, 2010. And these are the stats. The max equity drawdown was 43%. Overall profit for 56 months was 11,179%, which is the equivalent of 8.80% per month compounding. And again, we're trading chart equity of US dollars 25,000. Now the account is 100,000 based. Oh, in this case, we use the model every tick. Every tick will give you a bit more profit than open prices, simply because there's more ticks in each of the 1-minute bars. Now, on the overall account, the per month profit works out to 6.14%. So even though we were trading $25,000 only, the profit results for the $100,000 in the account actually added up to 6.14% per month average. Now here's the advantage I was talking about having 100,000 account currency while you're only trading 25,000, is it means the max equity drawdown of 43% is actually 10% on the whole account. So what we've done here for 56 months, you've only risked 10%. And of course, that's max equity drawdown. It's actually not a loss. It's just equity dropping down while we're waiting for a close run. Okay, so that's not bad. 56 months, 6.14% per month, and a risk of 10%. You won't get that at any local bank. All right, okay, back to the trading. This graph is looking good. Max equity drawdown so far is only 18.81%. We have 38.77% profit. It's now 40%. So 30 runs and 40%. So 25% more because of the compounding and using a trail stop. The minimum marginal level so far has been 4,047. Lots of margin there, no problem. We're now at March 19th. Let me experiment a little bit here. This is a magnifying glass here. Enable you to see the trade sizes there. Let me go back here. Okay. There you can see the lowest lot size is 0.02. So basically the way this strategy works is price is moving in a range, and the range expands, probability of a retracement increases. To match that, we're increasing the size, the lot size of each trade order, so that when the retracement happens, we don't need a large retracement to get our net profit. We only need a small retracement. Now, if it starts out in a range near grid center, then it's going to take a bunch of trades to get to close because the lot size isn't that large. But that's something I can show you. Let's go here. We're in the, let me see here, the 30-minute time frame. So each candlestick here represents 30 minutes of trading. This vertical line is the day period separator. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of trading, plus a half day here and a half day there. This is why we're trading a counter trend strategy, because you can see how price goes down, up, down, up, down, up, and down. That's what we're cashing in on, is all of those retracements. Let me go back some here. I'll use the arrow. No, I'll just drag it. Yeah. So you can see it's constantly retracing. That's the one profound thing about Forex trading that never seems to change. Price goes up and down, up and down. Even when price is trending, like here it's trending a bit, it doesn't matter. It still goes up and down as it trends. Even in these long candlesticks, that the price may have gone up to there and down to here. So the Aussie-New Zealand pair is an excellent pair trading a counter trend strategy. There's others too, the New Zealand Canadian dollar, the Aussie Canadian, the Euro Pound, the Euro Swiss. But Each of them will be a little bit different from the other, and this is where strategy tester is very important. You must thoroughly test your strategies before you put it on a live money account. You'll learn more in a 1-year test watching like we're doing here than you will in, let's say, 3 to 5 years of trading. So strategy testing is very important. Okay, we're near the end of May and we're up 52%. And max equity drawdown is still 18.81%, which is excellent. Another close run. Here you can read about the FGM Express. This strategy here is the exact same strategy I'm using. This was put together by Badman, which is not me. He's a bit of a master with an Excel program, and he's developed some tools which are very helpful for analyzing strategies and also developing strategies. It'd be good for you to go in and read some of that. Just click on that to see the whole chart. Now what he did was he combined a non-compounding strategy with the compounding strategy. So not only was he getting 10% per month compounding for a 53-month period, but he was also getting 6% per month that he was taking off the table month by month. So he was taking approximately 6% profit. And here he is talking about portfolio trading. A little explanation about his equity graphs. And a good take on the maths and myths about drawdown. Good stuff to read. And there's the graph for that 53-month period. And let's click on this. And while equity was compounding, that's the total, that's the minimum, and that's the max equity, and that's the compound. So this is money being taken out. At the same time, there's money still in the account and equity goes up. Portfolio trading is probably the holy grail of trading. Okay, 7th of July. We're now up 59%, and we still have a max equity drawdown of 18%. Minimum margin level is 3,805%, so all kinds of margin. It's important to use high leverage in grid trading. It gives you more flexibility and more safety. Mind you, it's a double-edged sword, and you got to know what you're doing. But once you know what you're doing, it's a tremendous advantage. I see markets, the maximum leverage you can get there is 1 to 500, which is excellent. A calculator on our website. Power of compounding. So what we get answer to is the rate. In other words, how much per month are we averaging over a certain period. So we need to input the principal, the amount of months traded, and the input total of what we made. So we'll go back here. We're at the end of July, so it's 11 months, and it's 61.93, so that's 40,350, let's say. There, 4.44% per month. Not bad, but a little lower than the longer test. Okay, so that's the end. So 12 months, 64.73, and the max equity drawdown we faced was 21.36%. That means on the whole $100,000 account, you divide that by 4, so it's about, well, a bit over 5%. So for a 5.5% risk, we'll say, you made 64% on your 25,000 for the year. Back to the graph, back to settings. And there you have it. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at james@forexgridmaster.com or